there was a noise. As if someone was pulling a heavy chain.
Active readers pay attention to what they're reading, ask questions, and draw conclusions. And all of that increases comprehension. English language learners, though, have to create connections with a text that's in a new language and about a culture they don't understand. So how can teachers help ELLs engage with the stories they read? Michelle Lawrence Bigger has some ideas.
If he has to carry all of this with him, why? Why? That's a good question. It was Marley's voice.
Promoting active and engaged reading starts with step 1, choosing the right book.
It's important to choose stories that you are passionate about. When I introduce the book, I do it and I make this huge deal out of it. We have a drum roll and we play hangman to try and figure out what the title and the author's going to be, and they just eat it up. I make such a big production out of it that they can't help but be excited about it.
Michelle teaches a class of English language learners in Buffalo, New York. Here's a hint about what they're reading now.
It's a tradition in my classroom to read A Christmas Carol, and I can't get enough of that book. I absolutely love it. We are on page 16 at the very bottom. The happy travelers came on, and as they came, Scrooge knew and named everyone.
Notice that Michelle is reading to the students. While it's important to allow students to read independently, it's equally important to read to them. It provides them with a model of fluency, aids comprehension, and can help them get excited about the text.
I try to read out loud frequently so that they can see the enthusiasm. If someone is talking and they're angry, I'm going to talk like this, and it kind of freaks them out for a second, but they see, oh, that's how the person's supposed to talk, because it said Scrooge said angrily. And shook its chain with a frightening noise. I think that sometimes we forget that older students need to hear reading aloud, and if it's done effectively, it can really benefit them because they can model that.
Humbug, I tell you, humbug.
That was great, excellent, fantastic. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
As the students get to know the story, new ways of engaging them with the text become possible. Acting, for example, is a great way to help them connect with characters and make reading a hands-on activity.
Can you show me how Scrooge would look if he was walking down the street? If Henry is Scrooge, this is what he will look like.
Mahaba.
Skits can also give you a chance to make sure students understand what they're reading.
With any level, acting out is so great. It's a fantastic way to check comprehension, but particularly with the beginners.
And it's essential to monitor comprehension all along the way, not just after reading.
It's very easy to think that English language learners are understanding what's going on because every time you ask them if they understand, they'll say, yes. The trouble is that most of the time they don't. So it's really important that you do little comprehension checks, and you can do this in a variety of ways, and it's actually good to vary it.
I check comprehension informally as I'm reading. I stop frequently and ask questions about what happened. All the others have gone. Yes, said Scrooge, I know it. And he wept. Oh, what is Scrooge doing right now? I see, yeah, good. Oh, and I see John, his eyes went right up to the word wept on the board. That's so good. And Omu, you knew. What does it mean if Scrooge wept, Omu?
I'm crying.
Why do you think he is crying?
The student is like himself.
Notice that Michelle is not just checking if the students remember the vocabulary word, she's also asking them to interpret its use in the text. Scaffolding questions by making them progressively harder and more open-ended is a great way to challenge students and check comprehension.
John told us that that boy is Scrooge. What is Scrooge like as a grown man?
He don't care about people, he care about money.
Yeah, because when he was little, nobody
He care
cared.
people, but nobody cares me.
You got it. And this is a really great opportunity to begin to show them that Charles Dickens wrote the story and he did things to help you understand the story. And flashback is a great example of something that he did to help us to understand Scrooge.
Michelle is teaching the students inferencing by encouraging them to think critically and draw conclusions based on what they've read. The students can learn how to connect what an author literally writes to what an author is trying to convey.
We understand why he's so mean, and we understand why he's so angry.
With all of these strategies, Michelle's students are on their way to becoming active and engaged readers. Michelle is determined to help her students not only learn while they read, but love reading itself. It's not an easy job, but it's one she wouldn't trade.
I wouldn't trade it for the world. I am not a morning person. I drive to work in the morning and I'm thinking, I'm not dreading coming to work, I just am annoyed that I have to be up. But as I'm pulling down the street that our school is on and I see all my students walking to the school, it just makes my heart so warm. I'm never gonna get through this.
With their houses? Houses in Turkey?
I know, the cameras are right here. Abdi? All right. I am so cold.
Selfish.
Selfish is... This is too much fun.
Funding for this Colorín Colorado Watch and Learn program is provided by the American Federation of Teachers. For more information on the strategies you have seen and other ways to help ELLs, please visit us online at www.colorincolorado.org.